Welcome everyone and welcome to All In, All United.
Remember the comment he made?
I got some bars to these.
Run Ryan.
Ryan.
And everything. You have players out there.
I think the fellas will take it more serious.
No way. What grade?
That one at the go.
Yes. Because at the end of the day, right now, Manchester United are top.
Welcome fellas and welcome to All In, All United. Nico, I was looking forward to these names today. Gunman Things, the Senor. JP is the ball. And O. Robin Van Persie at Arsenal TV. Fellas, considering the level of frustration or recent frustration, that this team has caused us. This feeling rare. And I mean, we're hoping that it will be something a little more regular. But I plan to enjoy it as long as it lasts. I'm proud of them boy today earlier. And I'm feeling happy for Amorim. These last two performances given me real hope, in terms of how we moving forward. Because the players being put under the spotlight, right? And we're seeing where more and more they are made to take responsibility for performances. So we're seeing a lot more drive and heart and intensity from the players. I was reading something and it's saying this is the 9th time, and I think it's a competition record or something, right? Where Man United knocked Arsenal out of the FA Cup, right? And on top of that, Amorim is the first manager since to beat Arsenal at the Emirates, right? Their home turf, since Oli in January 2019, right? And imagine Amorim had to do that playing with 10 men for 70 minutes, versus 12, or if you want to include the home support, 13 players, and we win. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Right? And it's not one of the performances where you could say the better team didn't win. Nico, I think you're muted there.
Yeah.
That ref was a cheat today. Oh my God. Talk about 10 men versus 12. I have never ever seen such that. It's almost like it was written on the cards today that Manchester United had to leave the FA Cup. And the ref was part of that memo. But then Joshua Zirkzee.
The most stupid celebration in world football.
It's stupid, but I love it. Where the man do the
Listen,
man do the wave?
when he do it today, I cheer him, yes? I can even hear to them today when he do it.
You hear me now?
Nah, we ain't hearing Nico.
I hear Nico.
Yeah, we hear you, Nico.
I hear Nico.
Okay.
Yes, oh yeah. You can hear him, Reem?
No, you're not hearing me?
Nico.
Yeah, I'm talking.
Nah, I'm not hearing him. Oh, you hearing him? I'm not hearing him.
Yeah, we hear them.
All
Go
right,
back,
all right.
go back out, go back
Alright.
out and come back in, Nico.
All right.
But yeah, boy, today was written on the cards. Actually, in the last couple of months, we were supposed to get destroyed by Man City at the Etihad, get destroyed by Liverpool at Anfield, and we were supposed to get destroyed by Arsenal at the Emirates. And every single rival and hater fan doing one thing after the result: the pressing backspace on the keyboard. The pressing backspace, because they know they can't press enter when the match finished. They gotta press backspace and keep quiet. But it's sensational today to see the Arsenal crisis activated. You have no chance of coming back from 2-0 down against Newcastle. Today marked the end of Mikel Arteta and Arsenal's 2024-2025 season. Hence why I'm wearing black today. Today is the end. I'm sorry.
You hearing now, Reem?
Nico, go through. We can live if you hear.
Yeah, we hear,
You hearing now?
Yeah.
All right, then I guess I gotta come out and come back in.
Yeah, you gotta do that.
No, I was saying is and again that goes to show how far we have fallen. We fall real far now.
Yeah.
You know, for it to be a surprise to beat Arsenal. You know, as much as it was always a rivalry, and in the past anybody could have beat anybody. But now for it to be a surprise, you know.
Dan, you see that what you saying there? Today I was telling my girl. Today remind me why I hate Arsenal so much, you know. And I'm gonna tell you something. For the last few years, I couldn't feel no much because really and truly we've been inferior to them.
Yeah.
But today, we make up our mind to stand up like Manchester United and go toe-to-toe with them. And when I start to see how, Dan, I'm saying this now, big up to Fireball Harry Maguire, because Harry Maguire show them always a bunch of imps.
Yeah.
Dan,
you me hearing now?
Boss, when I watch how Maguire start again, I say, but wait, Roy Keane jumping Maguire body. This is how I know Manchester United and Arsenal game supposed to be. Not no shake hand and hug and all that caca whole thing.
I'm already releasing the beast in them fellas by I'm already telling you, I'm already releasing the beast. Is either he throw men off, he throw men in the deep. You understand? He go out in the deep and just throw men off and says who swim and who sink.
It had a tackle today, was it? Was it Mazwari or one of them? Dog, one big time blade. I get up and ball, blade in your bomber class. The game a good early birthday present. I'm taking that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Simeon, what are you saying, buddy? How are you feeling?
I mean, to echo, the sentiment, is fight. We, for a long time, it seemed like we wasn't fighting. Like, other teams had more to fight for. Look at Arsenal, a team that, trying to get to, a title, a cup, and now it's, they prime. How many years after that build this team up for, a year like this, and everybody, from the referee, to the everybody in stands, was ready for Arsenal to move on. After the week they had, they needed this. They couldn't have any slip ups. The referee was like, you know what? But we keep the fight, and that's something you can say about our team for a long time. When you see a picture, you see men like you got to go fight. But when you see Garnacho in there too, pretty boy Garnacho in there too, Maguire, like I say, men, you have the right people in there, people who want to prove something, and you say, Chef says he threw men in the deep water. Xerxes finally forgot to swim, and that man come in. Xerxes come in, when Xerxes first sign, and I watch the highlight. I watch he reel.
Dan, you serious? That man by a and then what he stink. Look when he used to wear it. When he finally had a gun, he could not wear it no other day before today. Though. He went to Xerxes, finally pay something. So I can't even say what shit is that you have on it.
Boy,
I can't fight you. Well done.
Boy, you see,
have arrived.
You see how Xerxes send Saliba back to France?
Yeah.
I got that clip on repeat. Oh, man.
we expected.
In the middle of the pitch and get breathed twice. No.
That's the man we signed. That's my thing. Is like today was kind of like, what we can't overreact. I mean, we can't be like, oh, we not overreact and say, okay, well, one game, make a player. But that is the first sign that player exists.
Yeah.
You know, the player we saw, you know, when we signed is still there. And you look at Bayern there. We always wondering why he here.
Yeah.
They got to Bayern there, boy.
You see how far he get down?
Yeah.
It's like, that's why when the bright shit, because the bright, I mean, it ain't like, you know, the talent is there. It's like, okay, it's there. Can we get it out? I mean, in this club, you don't have much time, but you see, and okay, well, the talent is there. The confidence coming in now, and you see players starting to, you know, show their skills. So, I mean, it's a bright day, man. A bright day.
I can tell you how Bayern their performance was today. If a man, I don't know who's playing games, but if a man walk into your home or your best friend walk into your home and smash your PS4, you could get angry, but then he give you a PS5 afterwards. Yo, man, you guys laughing when that guy punched the ball out today. I said, why you punched the ball out today? You had nobody to pressure you. And lo and behold, goal score within the next 10 seconds. But I'll tell Bayern dare to dream. After that, definitely put up a match performance, boy. Well,
for sure.
Now my confidence high.
Yeah. JP, what you saying, buddy?
I good. We beat Arsenal today with the delusional Mikel Arteta, right? Mikel Arteta is one of the most delusional men in world football right now. These stupid comments he has been making, right?
It's the ball.
Listen to me.
Arteta said this?
The man's yes.
Nah, you like me. Nah, you. Nah.
I understand something. I was too giddy. Normally, I will listen to all the post match. But boy, day before my birthday, all I do is drinking. I wasn't studying all of that. Damn, he's seen it, notice this?
You're lying. You're lying. Arteta did not. Which part of the day's fixture did the referee favor, man? I don't talk about refs on any podcast.
This is why I'm trying to think about watch that. You breed an Arsenal player, you fall long enough, and the ref blow you whistle.
Yeah.
Every touch. To me, this is one of the worst displays I see.
But then you say that us ESPN FC who hate us, actually come out and say today this had to be one of the worst officiated games they have ever seen.
Terrible. And to me, that make the victory sweeter because you play against the ref too, innit? This man do everything in his power for us to
that's not
Correct.
Yes,
correct.
I glad.
Let me get some comments because we want to get the comment section in on the enjoyment, right? Mylon on the inside, good night, man. Thanks for joining. Saying 12 men Arsenal couldn't beat 10 men United. Boom!
Say it, boy, say it.
Yeah, Chris on the inside, good night to you, man. He said that win feel good.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, guys, don't forget to like and share the podcast. We want to get more people in on the little vibes too, right? Yeah. Christopher on the inside, thanks for joining, man. He's saying Arsenal in a split. Aaron on the inside, thanks for joining. Good night, man. Glory, Man United. Trust the system, trust the man. I done drinking that juice, yes? Yeah. It's just to get Chef and Phil to come off the defense, you know?
I feel I could speak for Phil and say we go let them know at the end of the season.
I guess I got to add to what Chef said.
You answer on defense for the rest of the season. I
got to what Chef said. I pick up the juice and I in the checkout line, but the checkout line real long. It real long.
It's a season and a half long.
You know when it's hurricane season or the day before Christmas, that's what the line is. Real long.
I hope all in like to buy toilet paper too, saying, imagine the last time we won. That's when Jay Lings tagged the Emirates as his dance floor in Instagram. 2019. We did mention that. Right? Christopher Senior, I'm gonna tell them. Yeah, man. Oh gosh. Eric Lewis on the inside. Good night, man. Thanks for joining. Glory, Man United.
Right.
That's what we want to see from United. We may lack quality, but we showed heart, fight, desire, and smarts. Right? And the quality will come. The quality will come.
The quality will come. But let me say one thing before we go any further. If there's one thing that's practice, it's taking penalty kicks. We realize that.
No,
take penalty kicks.
No, because by that, as Amarin said, I know he walking. So it's Hammond there just for that. So them, they had sessions for that. Yeah. And then they say they work on set plays a lot.
Defending set plays.
Yeah, and set plays for the penalties as well, right?
Yeah.
Christopher saying here, Ugarte snatch Havertz like a serial killer. I love it. That big old teeth. Yeah, shit snake. Yeah, boy. Thank God Havertz was there, boy.
That was Ugarte or Garnacho?
I think it was Collier or it was Ugarte?
Was it Garnacho?
No, it was Ugarte. It was Ugarte.
Okay.
Yeah, it's only after Garnacho kind of when he was falling, Garnacho was kind of holding him.
You mean during the fight? Or during the fight?
Yeah. Davin on the inside. Good night, man. Thanks for joining. Same good vibes today. That best was Arteta.
The best was.
Yeah. Oh, the best was Arteta. City ref was against them. Yes. Nacho fighting to stay. Yeah. Garnacho, he was solid today.
No, and I like what Amarin said. He said yes, Garnacho maybe can play on the outside, but I want him to learn to play on the inside as well.
Correct.
Yeah.
So he had to learn to play on the inside. He had to understand the game.
Yes.
Yeah. But listen, the youth fighter, he actually showing he want to fight for your position, huh?
No, but Amarin, right? But if you want to develop as a footballer, right, in your attacking position, you have to learn to play inside and out.
Yeah,
exactly.
You can't be just have one move.
No, in this modern day football, no one-dimensional footballer. You have to be able to. That's why Anthony is how he is.
Yeah, and what I like too is he put Garnacho on the side where you will get more service from him as opposed to selfishness.
Yeah,
you understand?
Yeah.
So yeah, Eric saying here, 60 million down the drain. Kai Havertz misses again.
and that is not our problem.
Yeah, I know we problem.
That Chelsea connection, boy. Chelsea be saying duds. She be saying duds all over the league, boy.
And they're making top dollar on it. They want to understand.
Them salary amount for about how much?
60 million. 60 million.
That's just terrible.
Two duds, Two duds that make over 100 million for
Telling me, boy. Christopher saying here a ball when Xerxes put Saliba on, he put Saliba and Saliba threw on Jorginho.
Yeah.
Alan on the inside, thanks for joining, man. He's saying the backup keeper was on fire today. Glad for him to make amends after Tottenham game here for real.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because everybody
the English terrible, boy. Jesus.
But he learning, which is good. But everybody when Amarin would have said, man, they're playing, we don't say, well, oh God, we lost the game.
Yeah.
We lost that game. We lost.
Yeah. Adrian Duncan on the inside, thanks for joining.
Oh, Adrian, good night, brother.
Yeah. Alan saying here, I swear I was watching an Argentinian league game with Arsenal players holding players and falling on the ground as soon as they get touched. Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
It was, and that referee was just taking bait by.
Yeah.
Anderson on the inside, thanks for joining, man. He's saying, blessed is a strong chef.
Thanks so much, brother.
Yeah. Adrian saying here, in one game, Xerxes get 2 children. Rishi on the inside, good night, man. Thanks for joining. Saying no words can express our feeling.
Yeah, for real.
The thing is, even if we had lost, I would be happy with the teamwork and effort. It was beautiful to see if we continue along these lines. I see a great future. Yeah, no doubt. Ace on the inside, good night, buddy. Thanks for joining, man. Yes, man, blessings and love. I wish Arteta gets a contract extension in the morning.
Facts.
Lion on the inside, good night, man. Thanks for joining.
Hey, but Muscle, you come out tonight, boy.
AFTV, let know, check them out. Hey, here now.
Listen, as soon as I finish it,
I didn't watch nothing else other than AFTV after the game today.
Boy, the amount of tabs I got on my browser for each interview, boy. On my look.
Listen, I have an Arsenal partner. Every single week that man does post, I tell him already. I said, no, big to big. Your wife won with a Manchester man now. Because what it is with you and we done. Once we playing and only know how we going. Boy, the man does be posting my manager down, so my manager holding his head, my manager thing. As we done, that the first man I gone on Facebook. Imran Daniel, are you alive? Yet to respond.
Every single one of them quiet.
All of a sudden now they're quiet. Hush them out and take your licks.
Nah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But I mean, earlier we can't contain this good feeling. And I mean, we're not getting ahead of ourselves, as somebody had mentioned before. But when you consider, what was before us and how the team, has been progressing, this is encouraging and real motivating and for the players.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So fellas, let me get into the game, right? I think it's a plenty to unpack. I mean, when you consider performances, how the first half was compared to the second half, because the first half was kind of on the, it was a little boring kind of way. Yeah, cagey is a better word. I'm not use cagey, but the second half was like, whoa, what happened here, boy?
Yeah.
What we saying? Let me talk about the game. Simeon, you want to start off?
No, I mean the first half. I mean we were under pressure, but it wasn't like, I felt like even though we were under pressure, we had a good idea of what we were doing in the back there. I think it's a matter of us not making too many mistakes. I think after the first corner went by, they kind of take a deep breath, like, hey, okay, the fellas have a idea what they're doing, and the game kind of went by, and the more the game went by, it kind of, I think Amram kind of said the same thing. As much as we, wanted to win and was kind of fearful, you kind of felt like Arsenal was feeling the pressure more. Like they didn't really feel as positive, as confident as they did in the game we played before. So I think as long as the game went on, the better chance we would have. So I think the first half was more or less about not making mistakes in the back and taking, the chances when you get them. So I think in that aspect we did pretty good. It's just the referee that kind of stood out in those first few minutes.
Yeah, Nico. I know you along with Simeon, and we talk about it plenty times. But as the games go along, and the manager spoke about Kobe Mainoo improving and he getting more of what he wants. What was your thoughts on Mainoo and the Mainoo Ugarte partnership and how you see developing? You see improvement, you see development, or you still have serious reservations about it?
So a game like today would be hard to tell, in its entirety. I definitely are seeing improvements, but because we were so deep, so compact for so much time, it didn't have much spaces to cover now. In comparison to if you're playing a team where you're attacking more and more space behind, and you had to make those defensive runs. Because to me, that has been my question mark around Kobe, is in terms of his defensive intensity,
the recovery,
getting back, challenging players when getting back, and that's not getting back for getting back's sake, but making yourself, a nuisance now when they get back, gaining tackles, being physically active, physically challenging, as well in the defensive phase of the game. So that has been my main issue around Kobe. But today, because we were so defensive, and that little bit of space to cover, I wouldn't really be able to, digest that or maybe to tell you, well, all right, it's working. I really seen it working or improving a lot. But what I've seen is they are the two best midfielders we have right now. I'm not ruling out maybe a Casemiro or Eriksen maybe could play with one of them. Maybe with more Ugarte. I'm not ruling that out because I think they both have a lot of quality still. But for now, I think the pairing of Kobe and Ugarte is our best pairing. And what I like it the most is the aggression, though. Throughout the entire team, not just the midfielders. I think how aggressive we were at Arsenal, I think that shook them. We came out to fight and even I think the referee was taken aback by the aggression from United as well, because we have so been accustomed being so passive. Even the referees would have identified, them playing wild. To me that's how the referee may have seen it. United playing wild. But it's not about playing wild, but it's about being aggressive. It had times where we were aggressive in the wrong phases. But I think the team came out to win, at all costs. And to me, that will really impress me today.
Yeah. JP, what you saying?
For me, as you said, if the first half was KG. The first half really was KG. Second half is when you started to see the game unfolding with the teams going fit. What really stood out for me, I would say, when Zirkzee came on, was Amorim's reaction to the shot he took. I just want to make sure I mention that. I don't know if you saw that shot. It was, and what I would say with the shot he took was that it was intelligent, because he played through the player like I was trying to catch Raya out, and he almost did. I
actually find it was a weak shot, but
I placement.
He was going for the placement, so he was trying to catch Raya out on the first post. And you saw Amorim's reaction to it. He smiled at it because it showed that it wasn't just his shot. I think he was happy about. I think is the fact that Zirkzee get the confidence from getting booed in that game to make it a nice little cameo against Liverpool, to come now and then to have the confidence to take a shot like that. I think for me that really stood out for me in the game to see. And I like that in Zirkzee too, and it's showing that the mentality in the team changing. So I using that little moment as Zirkzee for the whole team, because that is what you're seeing now. You're seeing our mentality changing the players, where it's not just, well, things didn't go my way, I didn't do so good, and when I come out on the field, I don't know how to perform now. I ain't running back and I'm fighting hard. That's not what we're seeing now. You're seeing everybody actually putting in a shift. And that's what we were asking for all the time. You just want to see consistency in the levels of intensity, the levels of the work rate, and you trying to win the ball. And I think it real silly if a ref look at that and think, well, how it is them playing a while, so now when you see men winning clean tackles, and how it is he wasn't doing the same thing for Arsenal. Because Havertz had his hand wrong, who got in neck.
Yeah.
With the red card. With the red card for that, and Casemiro got a red card for that. So this is my thing, we real fight today. We real fight. Down to the end we fight, and by Indira as well, we could use him as an next example. Terrible performance against Tottenham. He gets chance again today. When he could have catch the ball, he didn't catch the ball, but he didn't let her get him down. The man had an opportunity to save a penalty. Crucial moment in the game. And he saved it. And then to save our next one again. I mean, I think that is something that we have not seen since probably Sir Alex days, in terms of a fight and an actual spirit in the team, not just the running down football, where we had men who used to say industrious and hardworking, whatever. But in terms of men actually playing for the badge and men actually playing with some kind of pride, I don't think I cannot think of any time since Alex leave of a team that actually play that way. with
this kind of intensity. Yeah, you've seen that intensity throughout the entire team, and I just say, from Bayande right up the pitch, you're feeling that intensity. It's an intensity that it's tangible.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
And on top of that, and I just want to add to Bayande just so that he get all the praise that he earned. Apart from the 2 penalty saves, it had some crucial saves in the game he made. You understand? The one from Declan Rice across the face of the goal, the header from Declan Rice. We ain't gonna check Havertz nonsense, but the actual saves that he make, those were some, and the crucial times too. It was massive. Phil, tell me about your captain. I know you and Bruno is not the best of friends, right? But tell me about your captain.
The man come to me of all people to ask that question, boy. It was a great goal. I think that Garnacho actually used his head today. He actually ran, but he didn't run wide. He actually ran and cut inside for the assist to Bruno. Right?
Yeah. You see when he looked. That's why I like it. So when he looked.
Yeah. I think today was. I think Bruno, in terms of like his marshalling the midfield and then a Maguire combination of marshalling the back as well too. You kind of saw some leadership on the pitch today, right? Because you need somebody to marshal and captain and lead in the midfield as well as the back, Right? So I got a little bit nervous when Bruno stepped up to take the first penalty, though. I'm not gonna lie, because normally you send your best penalty taker, take the fifth penalty or whatever, right? So seeing Bruno step up, I was like, oh shit, who else we got to score penalties, right?
It's true.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, he's the guy that take all of our penalties. You only get to see penalty takers for us when is a penalty shootout.
Or Rashford. Bruno or Rashford. There's the two. Jack of them feet.
All the best to him at AC Milan. But in terms of man, why you gotta talk about one player? I can't talk about other players. Look, somebody else talk about Bruno, but I will say this here now. The combination of De Ligt and Maguire's leadership today, I got to call it.
What would De Ligt save?
Yeah, but I'm saying the combination of De Ligt and Maguire today, I cannot pinpoint who played better today. That's what I'm trying to say.
I thought that was goal.
Everybody say goal. Everybody done say goal.
Because when the ball was played through, they had about 4 Arsenal men waiting for that ball,
Yeah.
And De Ligt just came in and saved it. So
Trossard didn't even know. Trossard thought it was going to be a tapping and then celebration, and De Ligt just come and clear that way. Say, way!
Yeah, and I mean,
proper clearance.
Yeah, that proper last ditch tackle, if you want to put it that way, right? Yeah. But the team on the whole was defensively disciplined today, right? Because when Dalot do the dotishness and the stupidness, we had to play 60 minutes with 10 men, right? So don't get me wrong, we're not the better possession based team when it comes to the big six, right? So I knew that when we had the ball, we had to just sit back and be a low block team. And if we could hold on until the penalty shootout, I would have been good with that. And so said, so done, right? But I think the real test, and I could be wrong, the real test comes against Southampton this weekend.
Agreed.
Because it don't make no sense us putting in these type of disciplined performances against the Arsenals and the Liverpools. Because
and we saw City as well.
We put in one of the best performances I see this season versus Manchester City, and everything capitulate after there, Nico.
Yep.
Everything capitulate.
Yep.
So it does not make sense us putting in these type of performances and then we go and give points to bottom of the table Southampton, right? So I'm looking forward to Southampton next weekend.
But Thursday. Actually, it's Thursday.
Thursday.
Oh, it's Thursday. Yeah. Oh, okay. I thought the weekend, yeah. But yeah, a lot of football played this weekend that was interesting. Let's put it that way. Even Real Madrid get dominated by Barcelona today, boy.
That was beautiful to watch today.
Oh my God! But just to go back on topic, right? Okay, I'll give 30 seconds on Bruno just for you guys' sake. We just need a captain who can be disciplined. We need a captain who can pull us out of the trenches. We need a captain that when the odds are against us, he needs to tell the other guys, look, it's us against the world. Okay? It's us against the world.
I need a captain who, when they get a chance, to take it.
No, if I honest with you, the last 2-3 games, that has been Bruno Fernandes, eh?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That has been Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes.
Captain Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah, captain, because you see why I realize it is Bruno here being wasteful. And I know that has a lot to do with instruction from Amorim, because Amorim is way to be hoofing ball all about the place to waste it. If you check Bruno pass completion going up to 100, and it's plenty short passes.
Yeah.
It's short passes.
Definitely short passes.
To keep the ball moving. You understand? And that's what I see from Bruno. I see him, he leading by example in terms of the industry, the fight, he getting back, he tackling. You understand what I'm saying? So,
just to add before I go back to you, Reem, all the best football teams in the world for the last 50 years have had a great core and a great midfield. Yeah. Right? So if your midfield is on point, your team will definitely gravitate towards you and look to play better or look to be as good as you, right? So if you can put in a discipline, if Bruno can put in a disciplined performance for a good 10, 20 games, right? As we said on the podcast months ago or even a couple weeks ago, right? There are players that go in a certain category that you don't have to worry about. Let's say 20 games down the road, and Bruno keeps up these same performances, he could easily shift from that category of, oh Lord, I wonder if this player is going to play good today, to, well, I ain't got to worry about that player anymore. As I mentioned, there are at least 4 or 5 players in this team that I think you don't have to worry about. And as I mentioned, it could be De Ligt, Ugarte, Mazraoui, and slowly but surely, maybe Harry Maguire. Slowly but surely, maybe Harry Maguire might shift from that, oh Lord, I don't know if Harry Maguire can be a shit home today. Harry Maguire is slowly creeping over from that category to, you don't have to worry about if I'm going to put in a good performance today, right?
Yeah.
All we ask for, say that?
Add Euro to that. Every performance so far, every appearance,
Euro
has
made. That youth man just...
That was a good penalty today. That was a good penalty he took today as well. I was nervous, boy. I was like, wait, what?
That youth man just proper, boy.
That's a proper penalty that he put away today, boy. Yeah, I was worried about Euro because obviously it's his first trip to Arsenal, and then I was also worried about Lisandro Martinez because Lisandro Martinez, I think after the final whistle in the 90th minute, was limping with his hamstring, right? So I was a bit nervous about that as well too, right? Yeah. But then Euro just put away that penalty with a cool head, right? So yeah, before I give it back to Reem, if we can get at least a good set of players moving from this category of, oh Lord, I don't know if they could perform well, to this category of I don't care. It's more of like, I know they're going to give us at least a 6.57 performance out of 10, right? Because there's so many players in this team that are still considered criminals and inconsistent, right? So let's come back in like a February, March, God willing, and maybe the bracket of players where you don't have to worry about has increased from 4 to at least a good 7 or 8. And maybe Bruno and Harry Maguire will be on that side as well.
Yeah. Chef, jump in.
What was the question about the game, right?
Yeah.
So basically we can agree now that Amorim basically finding his team now. We noticed that some players playing a lot more than some. I was honestly glad to see Garnacho get a start today. Because what I don't want us to be is dependent on one player. I don't want us to be putting that on Ahmad at all. So I was happy to see Ahmad take a little bench today for one, to give somebody an opportunity, and also two, to run at tiring legs, which we saw. So, so when it comes to the starting lineup here, then for me today was a great team performance. It was a team performance. I watched when we came off full time. Onana went straight over and talked to the Bayende. Them is the things you want to see, Dread. You want to see leadership. You want to see, even if I'm on the bench, that are about my team. Let me just leave everything on the park, and whatever happened. But we know to ourselves, we giving a performance. We showing that we Manchester United players. We show something that we there for our fans and them. And really and truly, that team. Dan, for me, I beg. You can have skill and everything, but you see, if you don't have work ethic and hardship, then it's nothing. And I watching this team, and all I said, look how hard this team working now, boy. That's all we asking for, We keep on coming here every week and saying that the bare minimum all you could give us is run your guts out, When you listen to Amarin talk, right? And today I saw it for myself. He talk about with the rotation and stuff, especially with the last few games. After today's game, his team is tired. You could have stand them fellas, or when after that game, them fellas fall down. You could have see and give it more all. That's all what we asking, And you know what is key for me? That with the substitutions, there's no drop off. Dog, big up to every single substitute who came on today for Manchester United.
Put in a shift as well.
Collier came on and put in a shift. Malacia came in and put on a shift. All you know me and Weghorst. All you know me and the curly head Weghorst. But I have to say, big up to you with your annoying celebration. Me like to tell you, I enjoy celebration for the first time today, though.
Yeah.
Because you know what? Brother man, you deserve that, though. And after what you have been through, to come and step up to take the game-winning penalty, dog.
And say goodbye to the Arsenal for me to pick up. Goodbye.
I know what, I'm not buying, I'm not drinking the juice, I'm not drinking the juice, because I just don't trust Manchester United. But you see, Amarin, though, big up to that man, though. That is what you call a proper manager, Jen. The man, Amarin tactics was on point. Plus, Arsenal had any chances really with corners and thing against me today.
But here we're going on. I got mentioned a specific tactic. I don't know if you guys saw it, right? But there are two players that stayed up the pitch while we were being attacked and run over by Arsenal, and that was Lisandro Martinez and Ahmad.
Yeah,
they are not the tallest in our team, so that made so much sense to leave them up there and say, you know what, Xerxes, you could be that box-to-box midfielder now. You can't be that number now. You gotta be that box-to-box midfielder. You gotta start players with Bruno and whoever is in our midfield. Collier shifting to right wing back as well. Mazraoui tucking in and being a centre back as well. But I found that to leave the decision of Martinez and Ahmad up top by themselves was a pretty brilliant decision as well too. So
I want to get some of the comments, but I just want to make one comment, and it's had to do with the Collier substitution, and it really said something to me, because you had Casemiro that would have given you experience. He may not have given you legs, but he could give you experience, and then you had Eriksen that will give you some, if you were looking to hold on to the ball and make some more intelligent decisions with the football. You had Eriksen for that, but he went for Collier, who I think, because we would have seen Collier during preseason, and Collier giving you a bit of both. right? Because he's not afraid to hold on to the football. He sure he had that, but he had the engine, and I think the engine is what was important for Amorim, right? You needed that man shuffling, you needed that body to be a nuisance, right? And we was asking, why over the past couple of games, why he wasn't using Collier. But I felt that he didn't see enough from Collier. And you see these 2 weeks in training, Amorim saw him and say, hey, this youth man
has something to offer.
Have something,
Yeah.
And so I think we could see more Collier again, and Collier could be our next dark horse to break into this team very, very soon because Collier he had quality, he had real quality.
I think this was Euro first win, or technically first win with every game Euro plays either we draw a loss or no. I would have could have been a draw, but we won the game now. And this should have been Euro first win.
And the team that was after you, Euro, they're getting bent over by Barcelona. So take that into consideration.
We'll just get the comments here, right? So Lion saying here we bought our ball today. Yeah, Arteta complaining about everything, right? Yeah. Rishi saying happy birthday, chef.
Thanks, brother.
Lion saying here we still had 2 shots on target in the first half and Arsenal had none.
Yep.
Right. Anderson saying here one thing you can say about Amorim is that team keeps a good shape and they start to understand what they have to do. I have a question on this, and it's something that Nico just mentioned in passing. I think what the true test will be is when we expect it to attack.
Yeah.
So let's see how that develops. And teams could come back on us and break on us like how we play against Arsenal. So I think that's where the true test will come. Javed on the inside, thanks for joining, man. Good night. He's saying, Glory Man United, thank you, Kai Havertz. Dixon Bang on the inside, good night. Thanks for joining.
Dixon, good night.
All right. Lion saying it's 10 versus 12 today because I couldn't explain some of those calls.
Exactly.
All you think we need to they need to revisit the whole idea of leaving VAR out of these wrongs in the cups because it happened in the
what's the point of that?
It happened in the
What is the point of that?
No, I don't know if these smaller grounds or the smaller teams do have it, I don't know, but
Daniel's playing at Arsenal today.
No, I mean, but it would have been consistent throughout the run now. I
hear you, Nico, and I just find that like bullshit, dog. That England, that not true, that
Yeah.
Exactly.
No,
you got to ask yourself this question: why is VAR only an issue in England?
For real?
Why don't Serie A supporters and La Liga supporters complain about VAR like every single weekend? Why is it only an issue in England?
I find the refereeing in England. You don't hear complain about the refereeing in England.
Trash.
You don't hear a referee poor refereeing in Spain and in Germany and in Italy.
Boy, I watch Real and Barca today. Plus, it have VAR quite a hell in Saudi Arabia running normal. We can't have VAR in the third round of FA Cup, the oldest competition in England. Don't do me that now, man. Damn, that's so foolish, eh?
Because let me be real here, right? That call, that penalty, that Havertz dive.
That's a time.
Havertz dive. And the thing about it is that could have cost us the game today.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We know VAR have its use, but I think that in itself shows you how important the technology is for the game. Yes, we need to improve on VAR, but to leave out VAR in a game of this magnitude with two big teams,
ridiculous.
It's almost crazy. You understand? So I don't know what will happen going forward.
The purists would have enjoyed it, eh?
Yeah, but still though.
And who neutral now? Who neutral?
Yeah, I get that, especially when they consider a referee who already showing you he's suspect.
Yes, thank you, Reem. You see that point Reem say? I quite hear you about the purists and thing, but that is when all things considered, you have proper officiating that.
Yeah.
You see when you officiated, shaky and suspect,
like
then we need that.
Yeah.
I can reiterate what has been said, not only in the comments, but also on the panel as well for at least the last half an hour. You know, it feels so frigging good today to win against Arsenal and the referee.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Bruv,
Yes.
you know the referee was doing every single thing in his power. The chips were stacked against us today. And you know how good it feels when Xerxes scored and waved? He waved like Arsenal fans saying goodbye. He waved to the referee goodbye. It feels so good today.
But here it's a Phil. It's the one in the first half where Gabriel
Bruno?
Yeah, and you book Bruno for how you expect a player to respond to them kind of thing?
Yeah.
Because it's a stupid call, Rain. Stupid
but Bruno got yellow. Bruno got yellow for that, you know.
Bruno got yellow for throwing his ball.
Yeah.
But I mean, how else could a human being react to that? How else?
Yeah, my point. Because
it was ridiculous. With us being Bruno case for being petulant and not being a leader and stuff. But dog, he's human at the same time.
Yeah. And the referee was right there.
The calls was ridiculous, Shred.
The referee was right there. Let me get your comments, guys. Peter Balkan on the inside. Thanks for joining.
Good night, Peter.
Eric saying here, don't forget Bruno played a long time on a yellow.
Yeah. Captain Snock.
Yeah, and Cass said the same for Mr. Dallo, Chupidi. All right. Rishi saying here, Bruno didn't get dramatic and emotional today.
Nah, he keeping himself in check these days.
Yeah. Peter saying here, there was pure desire by those 10 on the field, Spartans today, right? Even if we had lost, I would have been proud still because of the efforts, and that's what we need, consistency in performances, and eventually the flair and creativity will come back. Excellent game for fans and neutrals. Yeah. When you win, after that, excellent. Lions in here feel like Bruno didn't have structure for years. We just used to let him do whatever he wanted. Always had a free role. Now he has to play in a structured team. Yeah.
Yep.
I don't care. I think this was Phil Bernard account. That ref is shouted ban. He's a criminal.
It should be banned as a criminal.
Should be banned. He's a criminal.
Should be banned. I agree.
Yeah. King and really pray on the inside. Good night, man. Thanks for joining. Is it I alone not missing Rashford in his team?
Who is that?
Yeah, right. Just like Amarim. Next, right?
Who is that? We have a player named Rashford.
No, but what I say is, it's possible that Rashford could realize that, hey, they much better than what we have here.
Neko,
and
don't ever be disrespectful to you now, please.
No, it's too late for that.
Why is Rashford thinking so and so?
No, what I say is, remember you're in a contract, right?
I don't care what you say. Let Rashford Hull HYMC, please.
Right? So I
do not care about Marcus Rashford.
When you go by that company, you realize the way.
You let him go AC Milan and eat pasta and suck salt. About Marcus Rashford. Next.
All right.
Yeah. So Javid saying here. Let me make sure. Right.
I applaud Nico for trying though, but yeah.
Yeah. I guess you're done there.
Javid saying here, I've been asking for this kind of fight at a team level for so long, right? I would have been okay with any outcome after 90 minutes, given all the players left on the pitch and being up against it with the officiating. The only time I got nervous was when Malacia came on, and even he did well, right? Dallo brain not slow, it stopped.
Oh Jesus Christ!
No, he right. No, as one of the more senior players on the team, you know the referee done against me already. You go put, and you know the Arsenal players acting.
Yeah, but Zwari got a yellow card in the first half.
He did.
I think so. Yes, he got a yellow card in the first half, and I think that is why Amarilla switched to Dallo on the right and also with Martinelli pace. And Dallo get 2 yellow cards in the space of how much minutes?
Yeah, in no time.
Right? So that's the only thing I was thinking, because as much as Mazwari maybe was on a yellow, I think he was managing it well.
Yeah.
You know, but then that switch, I guess, maybe threw off Dallo. I don't know.
Oh my God.
No, but you see, the thing with Dallo, is Dallo, he a real heart earlier. Because he threw his body into that tackle to get and chest pump with somebody and high five with somebody and
but he's a full international. You had to know better than that.
So, but Dallo is all hype and feelings and emotion and things. Why he do that stupid.
I hear you. But
at the same time, the ref could have given him a final warning with a second tackle in a game like this.
Not at that time in the game.
No, not
that. Second warning in the 60th minute. Nah. Don't me right now. When I see the tackle, I just say this. I honestly laugh, because here's why. I know Dallo head ain't good. I know Dallo head not good.
Mazwari wasn't a yellow card. I check it here.
No.
Yes, so I don't know why that. Amar would make that switch now.
Lord.
Anderson saying here, everyone fighting for their United future.
Yep.
Yeah. Jody on the inside, thanks for joining, man. Blessed night to you. He said that second half was like a vintage Man United versus Arsenal game.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It was.
I know. He said he knew he was winning that game.
Jody said that. It's only Arsenal.
Peter saying here that the ref is a total waste. Why he didn't give the Arsenal player a red card for choking Ugarte?
No, not us.
Exactly.
Zebulon on the inside, thanks for joining. Good night to you. Those players played over an hour with 10 men. Love that mentality, for fact.
Yeah.
Jake Lal on the inside, thanks for joining, man. Maguire deserved the critics in the past, but he also will get his flowers now. Yeah. Sure.
Listen, I swear Maguire walk off the pitch was the slowest. At the end one, I stand up clapping him. Well done.
And you the
can't tell him nothing.
Yellow card.
The can't tell him nothing.
Yellow, the referee give my yellow card for walking off slow.
The referee wants it to, The referee want Maguire walk off. You know that said drop the mic. Maguire walk off that feel like a proper bad man.
The referee walk off 30.
Nobody referee couldn't do it because he was injured. He was limping.
He was limping. So when you gonna tell him rush? You can't rush. He limping.
Because you know what you could do there? You could have like another common.
And then that stretcher will have to come. So he milk it. And listen to me, he was right, because them Arsenal players was doing all kind of antics.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Jody saying here, I agree, chef. Who don't want to be there and do what is required of them? They can pack their clothes in a garbage bag and put it on the roadside. Yeah,
right on.
Zebulon saying here, I'm patiently waiting for those TikTok to drop, especially the delete clearance. Yeah. You don't know there already. You
don't know there.
You know, Simeon. So once again, some individual performances, right? Collier, talk to me.
I think with Collier, I mean, it's hard not to like, this player. I think, one of the things he worried about is his size and speed. I don't think Collier had an issue. Like, I think he's big enough. I think he's fast enough football IQ. Know where to play the ball. Doesn't take too many risks for the ball. I just think he's a solid, steady player in there. I think we need that kind of players. Like, you look at profile of players that we need on this team. I think he fits that profile, very well. I think, we sometimes get manhandled, in midfield sometimes. I don't think that'll happen too much for him. So I think with him, it is a matter of, just having more experience, and hopefully he gets more of that in the next few games.
Yep.
I've liked what I've seen in preseason, and what I've seen today didn't really change my mind. So just, I don't know what's going to happen with Eriksson and Casemiro, but I think we need to see him play more, and he might get a chance against Southampton, given the amount of time people played today. So I think we should see more of him in the future.
Yeah. So this is my last talking point. After this, if I have anything, we could raise it, right? So, and this one open for anybody who wants to jump in on it. With strikers, right? Because Højlund had another 0 day. I know it'll be hard, right? I know it'll be hard when you're playing a particular way against a particular team, but I mean, sometimes it could be hard, but you could still show up. You could still stand out. I could say, well, hey, you're putting a shift and you do this and you do that well. But it almost seems as though when Højlund starts, Xerxes will come on and Xerxes will look good. Then Xerxes will start, then Højlund will come on and Højlund will look good. How earlier, let me just say we ain't gonna get no striker, in the how what we doing with these two fellas earlier?
Cussing for the rest of the season.
I start in Xerxes next year, because I feel...
Well, we doing that all the time, JP.
No, I know that, but I just feel this turnaround we see in what's going on with him now. I feel like he's actually more confident striker right now, because like he do something. What he after he get boo off and thing, like he really look within himself. And I don't know if Amorim and them talk to him, and you see when he came on against Liverpool, he tried to prove a point. Today again, you saw he came on, he tried to prove a point, and I wonder if maybe he might be a little more confident than Højlund right now, because when you're looking at the runs that Højlund making too, even for the goal that Bruno scored, you wonder if Højlund run could be a little better for him to put himself in position to get the pass instead. Because it seemed like other people always in better positions than him to receive a pass. And Xerxes, when he come on, he kind of understanding the role better with playing that deeper role, but then he getting forward faster. So I would try it now, and maybe if Xerxes score a goal or two against Southampton, he might actually start to kick on more than Højlund, because we had to get somebody kicking off, and I don't think we've seen the movement and the hold-up play. You see the hold-up play, I think that is the worst part for me, because Xerxes actually is way better with the hold-up play, and I think, you see, Højlund like to wrestle on the ground with men, but I watched Xerxes today with a ball in the air, and he more physical against the opponent, challenging for the ball too. So I really feel like at this time he might be the one to kick off before Højlund, and I would say throw him in against Southampton for the start, and there's a team that we could if we really play how we supposed to play, they could collect a bag earlier. And if Xerxes could pay in 2-3 goals in that game, we might actually get a striker who start to play and score some goals first, and that might sort of be the one coming off the bench. But I think it worth a try, because if we don't get a striker, this is who we have to rely on.
Yeah.
There's the two men we have to rely on, and I think Højlund need to spend some money and go and work with a professional to develop his game, because I've seen people playing up saying about he's 21 and blah 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 blah.
Forget that.
For Manchester United, right? He's playing for Manchester United, and we don't have time. You are the man we signed to be the one leading the line. You don't have time to wait on you. So if you don't develop your game, if you don't learn to hold up the play better, if you don't learn to bring others into play, if you don't learn to make the right runs, then what you're doing on top there? Because you're not doing anything a striker is supposed to do at this point in time. And Xerxes coming on for the cameos and doing it, he's doing more than you. Because I cannot think of anything that Højlund did in the game today, but I could think of a few things that Xerxes doing the little time he was on.
Yep.
So to me, as it stands, the throw Xerxes in, either that or he keep going with what he's doing and let Xerxes impact the game coming off the bench, and expect nothing much from Højlund. But then his confidence now will just keep getting mashed up.
I agree. I agree and disagree with JP in terms of like a throwing on Xerxes, definitely for sure in the next Southampton game. Actually, I don't want to say disagree. I want to say Højlund should change up his game a bit. Instead of being this hold-up striker. Well, yeah, be a hold-up striker, but be a smart hold-up striker. Yeah. I think the perfect striker that Højlund should adopt or adapt his game to, or look at videos from now to whenever, is Harry Kane, right? And I say Harry Kane because, or Wayne Rooney. And I say Harry Kane or Wayne Rooney because those guys used to drop so deep for the football. They used to drop so deep and start plays, right? And Xerxes, Højlund, your frustration will go away the more you see the football. Because if the football is being passed around in the midfield and also on the wing backs as well too, right? And then we try to play you in and you losing the ball all the time, you're going to get so frustrated. And that has been shown in the last at least 2 or 3 months, right? Højlund should look to the likes of like Wayne Rooney and Harry Kane to see how they play football, right? Drop deep for the football, come for it, and at least the frustration will go away, right? But in terms of Southampton, yeah, I definitely want to see what Xerxes can do. But here's the thing, right? It's like it's a catch-22 because you start Xerxes, he plays shit, you bring on Højlund, he plays well, and vice versa, right? So I've been seeing rumors that we linked with this Randall Kolo Muani guy.
Oh God, no! Please no.
He's not the best, but I mean,
I don't think he's upgraded. I don't think he's upgraded. I think all of them are the same level.
He's not a he's not an upgrade.
And here's the thing, right? He was one of the most overhyped players coming out of France, and he has not done anything to
overhyped.
To warrant us going after him, right? And there has to be some reason where it's only taking him on loan if the transfer does go through, right? But it's almost like we're desperate for like some sort of striker that can put the ball in the back of the net, right?
Ramos from PSG might be a better striker than Kolo Muani.
Yeah, I'm not too fond about Victor Osimhen because Victor Osimhen reminds me of Adebayor. He needs 500 chances to score one. He does. Not a big fan of
United you again then.
And here's the thing, right? I remember when it was 2 years ago when we had a podcast in the same panel. We were asking if we could either get Harry Kane or Victor Osimhen. And I was all for Osimhen, but then I started to watch Osimhen like real close. And this guy needs so many chances to finish.
He needs too much chances.
Yeah. So I mean the only other options out there are maybe Gaio Correz.
Nah, he coming for sure.
He's not coming. You don't think so?
No, January.
No, not January.
Not January. No. I don't mean January. Actually, in this summer, 2025, right?
Maybe in the summer.
Say what?
Maybe in the summer. But
yeah, in the summer. But if we take Kolo Muani on loan, I mean, it's not.
That's like getting a body for getting a body sake, and that's making sense. That's making sense.
Because now you got content with 3 frustrated strikers now.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. So I don't know if Nico, Simeon, and Chef want to jump in on the whole striker thing, or if
I will just say I hear what everybody said. I don't necessarily disagree, but I would still give rename Højlund. I'll give Højlund the start, and because here's what I just like the fact that Zirks starting to feel himself a little bit. He's starting to build a little confidence within the little cameos he's getting. Let us give him a few more games to build up that confidence before we just say, all right, time for you to be a starter now. I understand we're not getting the best out of what we call Rasmussen, but I just don't feel that the solution right now is, all right, stop and start with, because as only rightfully say, whenever we do that, then the next one will start and then do nothing, and the next one will come off the bench and say something. So I understand what they say, but we, as Manchester United has done, we operate a lot of knee-jerk decisions. So let him blame. Let's build a little more. Let him come off the bench. Let him start to score. We go see a few more of the Godman celebrations. And let him just build himself a little bit. That's just my opinion. We need a striker. I don't see us getting a striker, to be quite honest, in January. I just don't see it. Because I'm telling you, and I'm sure they will know this, come summer, that is 100 million I had to spend on a summer, on a striker. It had no two ways about that. Because we need a striker who is depth. We're missing that bad. So, in the meantime, these two who we have, along with our midfield, had to keep on improving, and hopefully they improve.
What I would agree with Chef for Hoyland's sake, right, is that against Liverpool and against Arsenal, those are two teams that you have to run your socks off as a striker, and you know you're going to get limited service. But you're still running, giving your all. As how not good it might be, lacking quality in different forms, but you still have to run your socks off. And I think he did that with giving us limited quality. And you know, you would have given everything, and then for the game now that you're expecting now to get more chances. You know, you're hoping to, after you're putting all the work in the last two games, you know that, all right, you're rewarded in a game that you should get the chances to, to prove yourself now. So for Rasmus' sake, I hope that is the case. But again, if not, and we give Zirkzee a chance, I could also understand as well, because at the end of the day, this is not about sentiment. This is about getting 3 points on the board.
I mean, I 100% think Zirkzee's going to start the next game. I mean, it just makes too much sense. Because, I mean, Amram was thinking about the rotation. It's like my guys are tired. So you have Rasmus who played most of last few games. So Zirkzee came on late. So most likely Zirkzee will start since he didn't play the whole game. Plus, it's Southampton. Like, most likely we should have possession. So in that kind of game, Zirkzee should be better than Rasmus if you're trying to keep possession of the ball. And just like I said, form. I mean, we haven't seen these strikers have 2 good games, in a row, really. No real good, but what we saw from Zirkzee today, just the confidence alone. I mean, there's a player there. There's a player that we saw, in Italy that we saw a little glimpse of today. And if we could see I mean, he was so terrible. He was so bad, for the last few months. I mean, just, a 10%, 20% increase, a little improvement will go so far. I think, he's a big fella. I mean, and he has a good control. I mean, that alone, in that kind of game, will go so far. If you could just make the right decision, the right pass, and have, I mean, that penalty kick. I mean, I know, in real game situation, it's not the same as penalty kick. But that confidence he had when he took that shot was so clean. Was so direct. I mean, if you could have that kind of a fraction of that confidence when you have a shot, we'll be all right. I mean, he ain't gonna be Kane. He doesn't have that kind of killer mentality to run into the box, But I think, in this kind of game, with the help of Ahmad and Bruno and whoever else up there, I think he would be the best option for this next game here.
You see, for me, is and that's why I kind of lean to agree with JP and Simeon. As far as I'm concerned, 2 of them had to come off the bench, right?
Yes.
2 of them had to come off the bench.
Agreed.
Right, but we don't have nobody else to start, right?
Agreed.
So whatever happening, whenever we get this number one striker, one of them had to go, right? So that the next one could come off the bench and impact the game, however, right? But based on the current situation, you know, I understand that Hoyland real grafting for the team, but my issue is we don't have it there to just run and hustle.
No.
When the ball come to you, you have to show me why you're a footballer, a professional footballer, right? Yes, we just work off the ball, but on the ball is when you could make things happen. And that is my issue with Hoyland. Hoyland always on the ground, and even sometimes when he have the ball, he losing it so easy. He getting push off. You know, he have the ball there, and defenders just taking it from him. And those are the things that I just watch and I say, well, this is where you have to improve, right? Because if we don't have the ball, then you could be running the whole game, and we will never have an outlet on top. And when you saw what Xerxes did when he came on, I mean, and I be honest with you, I agree. Xerxes has been rubbish. I was auctioning my jersey, right? But of recent times, you're seeing the confidence, and all the confidence go a long way.
It does,
right? And you're seeing when he on the ball, he holding off the ball, he's shooting the ball well. You know, he making better passes. The one-touch bounce pass, I didn't see him do that shit in 3 games, right? He holding on to the ball more. He looking for a pass and he laying it. So his link play and his interplay, it's improving how we actually progress in the football. And this is what I say, giving him the edge over Hoyland, over the industry you will get from Hoyland, over the speed you will get from Hoyland. You're getting a little more ball retention from Xerxes, a little more, what you call it, a little more guile from Xerxes. And I think that's what the team need, because only we against Southampton, you're not really gonna be countering that team. They go sit down and wait for it to break them down. So that's the only thing I see with Xerxes, and you want to play on his confidence. But Chef make a good point. If you're seeing that this is where the player very effective, and they want to take your time with him, then continue to use him like that. But then when you check on the flip side, everybody makes some good points. But then JP say now, you don't want to keep pushing Hoyland there, and he again not get frustrated with himself and it affect his confidence. So it is what it is, right?
What I think though, in terms of what Phil was saying with Hoyland having to be more like Keane and Rooney, the funny thing is Xerxes actually more like those players than Hoyland. All Xerxes had to get more to his game is the finishing. And he is a player in that mold because he's very good at coming deep, collecting the ball, picking a good pass, and then getting forward. So if he starts scoring and doing things like that, then he would be the kind of striker that we actually wanted a few years now.
Correct.
Just to add, before we go, JP made a point there earlier on, and some of us might have missed it. I don't know if it's a culture thing for some of you who follow the NBA. Then I don't know if you all realize what NBA players just do. All right, I have one of my weaknesses dribbling. Then the agent, the manager, come by the off season, them go and find an ex-player or somebody with the expertise to help them improve that, And I don't know if it is footballers don't tap into that, or it is depend on the clubs themselves to find that personnel to come in and help them out. But then, men, between Weghorst and Rasmus, them fellas, all they making money, though. Spend all their money and find somebody to help all they improve.
They could only do that in the off season. They can't really do them thing during the season.
Yeah, but it's the same thing in the NBA too. It's been the off season. Them fellas,
let's do them thing.
Let's do it. Okay.
But what Hoyland need to do is move away from the ball and them big ball we like to bounce off, and start to work with the small balls.
Every offseason, you might always bouncing on a medicine ball, boy.
I don't know if it's me, but all you don't find Xerxes, close control, look better in the last couple of games.
Yeah, he always had that.
My seat
you see that one touch football that he liked, that Donny van der Beek used to come with? that used to frustrate. That's it. No, but as Reem say, he cutting it out.
Take one.
Yeah. He cutting it out and he holding the ball.
What the hell, man?
You know, he holding the ball and he making more sensible passes now. Because sometimes the one touching don't come off.
Yeah.
And when you hear the kind of pass it reaching quite back by Onana and they play the team under pressure.
Exactly. Because we had that real pressure, you get the ball, boom, one touch, the Arsenal player.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's very frustrating.
Yeah. Let me just get some comments, guys, and let me look to wrap it, right? Eric's in here, Zerkamp. Starting next game. Hey, let's have a rate of this player.
Eric, what you want to call him man after one game now?
Then it's Zerkamp, man.
Jesus Christ. The man turned on Juve. He wants to prove himself at United. It's honorable, right?
No, only wicked now.
No, but this is good in terms of competition.
Yeah.
Because now Onana has to raise the game.
Yeah.
Because you have a confident by on the bench.
But do you think he deserve a bench?
No, of course not.
No. I was saying.
But
as you rightfully say,
competition
is good.
Yeah, because remember before, Onana go be having stinker after stinker and he playing.
Yeah.
So Onana had two stinker. The manager will be confident by and then the bench now, you know.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, and we'll send a memo to England, to Manchester for buying it to get an English teacher.
Jody's saying here, JP Hoyland had to make that run to pull the defender to create the space for Garnacho to square to that ball behind for Bruno.
But I still find the run was shaky.
Yeah,
that run was shaky.
No, it's no need that to plenty other runs that Hoyland doesn't make
that run. He wasn't confident in that run.
I tell you, Eric is a wicked. You look what Eric said in this comment there.
Don't know if I can trust Hoyland. He said he's trying to play like Lukaku. When he say that? When he say that?
He said that?
He didn't say that, but he played like Lukaku. But Lukaku would have scored goals in this team.
Nah, right? Lukaku would score.
Lukaku was scoring goals in this team.
Yeah.
I tell you, it's the mediocre culture that affect Lukaku at United, isn't it?
Yeah.
That proper culture at United.
But then Lukaku does all the teams Lukaku play with, he does go and score except by me.
I'm telling you. And he scored by we too, but we just fighting them real hard.
Yeah.
Because
Lukaku was our top scorer in his first
first season.
Watch me, when I play a dong, we just mash you up real good here.
Yeah, because and you know why, right? Because the team is so poor, we're always looking for scapegoats.
Correct.
But I taken Lukaku over these two men we have here now.
I don't disagree with you at all, to be quite honest.
I taken Lukaku.
I mean sure.
Yes, sir?
When we say Lukaku was second top scorer to Harry Kane.
Then, but Lukaku.
Yeah, then.
But when I say Lukaku from then, I say if we had a choice.
Yeah, for sure.
In front of these two shitong here. Yeah. No, they're laughing. I see, yes, they're real frustrated. That's it. You cannot depend on them for to score a goal. You can't even say I'll buy Zutski or Hoyland will give me one today.
When they do score, we just be so shocked, eh? We just be shocked. The goal was Rasmus tripped the keeper. Let me be real on you. We expected he was going to do some shit, eh? We expected that. So when the do score, don't we just be looking around because we should.
But Rasmus doing good in Europe, eh?
Yeah.
Rasmus doing good in Europe.
Why he ain't chip the keeper versus Liverpool?
Yeah.
Exactly.
He just bang.
He must close the eye and just kick by.
And that's it.
Yeah. Travis Mendoza on the inside. Thanks for joining, man. He's saying the question is if all your benching Onana.
No. Well, not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, he's saying as bad as Lukaku was, he was scoring. Yeah.
Yes.
And to flip to that, what Mendoza now asked there. I hope they don't do what Ten Hag used to do, man. Play one keeper, and then when they reach our finals, change back to the number one. That if you play the youth, the man in the cups, leave him, let him play as far as we go in the cups and them.
Yeah. Jody, with the comment of the evening.
Bring back Jody, I was going good, you know.
Bring back Tony.
What's it? But really, actually, you never know. I mean, in the kind of culture shock that United have been here, it's either two things, you know. It's either Martial would have make or break, you know. Because I'm already going to that. So if it is Martial wasn't good enough all year, we don't know, you know. You don't know.
Now Martial was a top player, top quality.
It's sink or float, you know.
Why at 10:27 on a Sunday night, January 12th?
Oh God!
We talking about Tony Martial. Why?
Relax. Let me read the comment, please.
Wickedness.
Let me read the comment, please. Right?
Yeah, read the comment now. I know. We know why you want to read the comment. Read it now. You read it.
Marcel, we're going to now playing back to England. But we don't do that.
Why?
You know, Marcel playing for how much months now? Full 90 back to back, and
he actually played. He actually played full games these days. I noticed that too.
Let's take Marcel on loan, boy.
To do what?
Yeah, I take it.
Marcel available for loan.
Honestly, my dear, right?
No, but he's still better than what we have.
Great here, boy. I don't have no hair.
Bro,
I don't have no hair. I only want to bring back Martial to frustrate.
No, but terrible as it is, Martial better than them two we have, boy.
That means we barrel low, boy.
But no.
We barrel no. Mickey on the inside. Good night, buddy. Thanks for joining, man. He's saying that was nice. That was a nice 10-man fight. Well done, keeper. For sure, man. For sure. Jody's saying greatest Donny van de Beek, Nico.
That's one of the worst fighting.
I had to post that tonight. Donny van de Beek.
Unruly Boss on YouTube. Thanks for joining, man. Yeah, man. He's saying Zup boys. All right. Yeah. Blessings. So, fellas, I think we are at the end.
Yeah.
You know, so we have and I guess everybody in the same page. We have Southampton on Tuesday, and what everybody wants to see is whether we
do now.
Yeah. These levels are we going to? Because now we're not the underdogs. You know, we expected to win game playing at Old Trafford. You know, so whether we could get these same levels, and Nico, I think you played the best. You know, we ain't asking her to go and hit Southampton for 10.
No, nope.
Let people watch the game and see that Manchester United was the better team here today, boy, and the win convincingly. It had no question as to who the better team was and whether Man United was going to win or not.
I mean, scraping a win, please.
Yeah. We had to get some respect to win him, man.
Oh God, boy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Southampton had the worst defense in the league. The worst.
But in all them teams come out the best against United.
Yeah. And because Manchester does come out to play like prime Joe Public.
Exactly. Right?
We just always drop to the level of who we play.
Yes, boy. Instead of showing that when I game played.
Old Trafford.
Not that it matters these days, but come now.
Three questions.
But the hunger I seen from these fellas earlier. I'm at a new contract. I'm at looking to come and light it up. But I just hope they're not selfish because I know everybody want to name any headlines. Right? But I'm at them fellas coming to light it up.
I don't think that's Ahmad vibes, man.
But he coming out because I tell you, I'm already done getting here already. I let him know, hey, you're getting this contract just so you know.
Yeah,
and the expectation of you is way more than right?
No, but you hear what Amorim say after he signed the contract? He said we're going to demand more from Ahmad now. He said Ahmad have to deliver.
But that's how it's supposed to be. If I give you, of course, if I give you a bump in contract, I expect who does give people more money and expect less.
Exactly.
United,
agreed. Simeon,
correct, United.
Simeon, can make a point before we close?
We get Rashford 350 or whatever, and he just, left.
Rock back, yeah, he rock back.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing we got to watch for this next game is rotation. I mean, I'm Ramsey going to rotate. So it's not going to be the same fellas you see, today. You're going to see, you might see Casemiro. You might see... I mean...
Now, Ugarte playing. Now, Ugarte come up. Ugarte playing.
Yeah, we're going
to play Ugarte with a Casemiro. I could live with that and all.
No.
I can live with that.
Understand this, right?
No, sir. Play Ugarte with Collier. I can live with that.
No, but understand this, right? Amorim say he wants his players to leave everything out there.
Yeah.
Right? And I realize that every game, when he realizes it, then in the leg, he taking you off. So give me everything and I'm taking you off.
Yeah.
You understand? So I think Meno and Ugarte playing against Southampton. Right? And if you could give me 6 hours, give me an hour and I will take you off.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Don't try to last out no game and drop levels. Right? So that's what them fellas going to give you. Anderson saying here, these two unreliable because of their qualities. Martial unreliable because of his availability. But that availability thing is a bit now, Anderson. You're not playing football on the regular.
Yeah, right, boy. Easy to buy birthday gifts for you, boy.
No. Don't let me go through that. Martial ready. I'm taking him on loan.
Let's hear this next wicked one. Why you don't do that?
No,
maybe gonna do that.
No, I'm being gonna take Bruno. I even Bruno off my team right now. Bruno,
boy,
doing good for we, but
I still afraid to bring in any Manchester United players.
I burn with them United players this season, burn.
I ain't taking none of them. Anyway, guys, I think we at the end there. We at the end. So let me come back again on Tuesday and see what you seen, right?
Yeah.
We know what the expectations are. So we hope them fellas and them prove the consistency that we desire so long.
Yeah, Amarin set the bar. He set it.
Yeah. So Nico, Simeon, Chef, JP, Phil, all it was nice. Those in the comments, we do appreciate, the likes, the shares, the comments, the support. We do appreciate it. Keep it up. Don't forget, if you're not on YouTube, if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do. We want to build that as well. So, fellas, have a good night. Chef, when is your birthday again?
Tomorrow.
Hey, happy birthday, Chef.
Chef.
Thanks, brother.
Happy birthday, my brother.
Thanks, my brother.
Yeah. So, guys, have a good one. See you in the next one.
Yes.